Hello once again and welcome back to Prestige Auctions. This is one of our new things that we're doing, which is a quick run round of the auction after we've started filling it up. This is all for the items that are being sold on Saturday the 24th of February. The viewing for that, of course, is on Friday the 23rd of February, and which is also the viewing for our specialist tool sale as well, which given chance I might get to show you a little bit of that as well. Okay, so the auction room once again is packed all over the place. As you can see, the staff have been extremely busy today filling up this room. There's lots of great stuff that's come in. What we're going to do on this live feed, as always, well, it's not really a live feed because we're going to put it onto YouTube with links through Facebook. We're going to show you all of the items that have come in. So it's not completely finished yet, and there are no lotting numbers. Of course, this is a view to get you to just have a look at some of the items that have come into the room, and maybe for us to talk about it a little bit. Usually lasts about half an hour, so please bear with us and you'll see all of the items that are out. So of course this will be lot number one tomorrow when we start lotting up this nice bust, and we've got this nice wooden horse as well. That's actually quite a nice bit of kit, that one. That's worth some looking into, I think. And we've got these lamps up here, and then we come up along here, and that's a is it a Rottweiler, that one there? Rottweiler dog. And we've got some old scales, and look at this old oil lamp at the end there. We'll try and point out some of the interesting bits as well to show you. And then we come here, we've got quite a bit of stuff on the floor this week because we've run out of room as always. We've got marbles and we've got trains, and these we've got some old moulds and kitchen alia and things, and some decanters in there, wooden boxes. I'll try and be as gentle. People moan at me for making jerky movements with the camera, so I'm trying to be a bit careful. Boxes of vases. Lots of boxes of vases. A lot of this stuff is being sold by the box full, as you can see. What about all this? A lot of the kids these days are into crystals and rocks and things. Well, there's lots of those in that box there. This tends to give you a better look of the items than just taking a snapshot picture. Of course, if you want to see the full catalogue, do look tomorrow on Facebook. Usually around 6 o'clock we get it on, and you can see it on there. So there's all these teapots, and what about these? All these paperweights. That's a good lot, that is. Really good lot, and it's hidden away in the corner a little bit, so make sure you come in and look at this one. All these board games and crib boards and things, pegging boards, and also pegging, that's the wrong word for these days. There we go, the pegging boards and things. You come down here, we've got boxes of coloured glass. Pyrex often get a lot of that, and this as well. Thing is, you go to the shops and you buy one of these items, you know, it's going to be £6, £8, £9, £10 maybe. All that money that could be spent, you know, on, you can spend that money on other things by getting down to your local auction and buying some of this stuff. All the stuff comes from house clearances, etc., and all this stuff here is available to bid on from just £3. Okay, just £3 each on this lot. So we come down here, as you can see, all this fantastic stuff here, all these DVDs. A lot of these are categorized as well, so into sort of kids or Disney or whatever. So we're going to walk up to the next section now. And this is pretty, I'm going to try and this week, I'm going to try my best to walk in the direction of the auction. I did mess up a little bit last week. So we've got oil lamps, and these chili lamps, these are a lot of money to buy as well. These are there on the auction for this week. More chili lamps, or maybe a bit of a pond yacht, or maybe this old sort of hurricane lamp that's there. And then there's all these bits and bobs here. There's even some COVID tests there, or a short sterling airfix kit. You know, boxes of animals and toys and things. You know, often all this stuff comes from clearances, but some of this interesting stuff here, look at some of this old stuff here, old brassware, or maybe some old Grolsch things there. And we've got some, what are these? These are old valves, I think. Oh no, they're not, the chess pieces. In probably an old valve box or something. So there's all those there. Come down here, boxes of shoes, boxes of Ladybird books. And we've got all these bits and bobs here. All right, let's go up here. So along here, we've got some uniforms this week, and some really good old military uniforms as well. So Royal Air Force there, more Royal Air Force on this one. This is quite good, this stuff. More More uniforms there, as you can see. Then there's this one as well, some sort of dress uniform and some sort of trench coat. And then we've got that workwear there, and then we've got this one. Oh, it's an old fireman's coat, look. And then we've got more RAF stuff as you come down here, and then we've got some normal clothing as well, some webbing there and some camouflage stuff. Then we come up to here and we walk along, and we've got these wicker baskets, lots of these wicker baskets. So pretty much as you see them in the pile, that is how we actually sell them, okay? So if you look at a pile up there, that is how you're going to buy it. We've also got picnic sets. 1 or 2 of these this week, and one of them, well, that one's really nice. But look at this one. What a fantastic design that is. Real posh, nice summer or spring day out in the countryside with all of these nice bits and bobs. We've also got all these die-cast cars. And we've got these earrings and things in there. Now, once again, we always tend to get lots of box sets of, look at that, the Sopranos, but you're buying a banana box full of this stuff. So you've got CDs there. These ones here are music DVDs. Now, a few of these can sell for a few quid online. We've also got Xbox One games. We've got all of these books here, more books and more DVDs. The Great War books, jigsaws. Jigsaws became very popular once again during the times of COVID, when people sort of discovered jigsaws that maybe had never done a jigsaw before. What about all them Harry Potter books in there? Lots of them to look at. So we come on to here, and we've got some craft items. Now, I've been told that I've got to go the way that the auction goes. So we're going to have a walk down this aisle here, because this is where we would go next. Okay, so we'll come up here, and we've got a box full of Haynes manuals, and then a box full of Miller's books there. Of course, Miller's books were very popular books back in the sort of 80s and 90s. And what they did is they gave you an insight into antiques and collectibles, and they used to call them price guides. In my opinion, the prices weren't always super accurate. They tend to take the best of the best prices for things. So people would look at items that they had and then believe that their item was worth a fortune as well. But anyway, they're good for reference, that's for sure. So we come down here, we've got all these boxes. I mean, look at this. So if you're a boot sailor or some sort of side hustler, maybe trading on eBay, look at all these packets of brand new invitations, good quality invitations. Look at the size of the boxes. So we've got ones there with 50th birthday in. We've got ones with 21st birthday in. We've got boxes of records. Ones here, these ones for 30th birthday, party invites. You know, 18th birthday, 60th birthday. You can sell all these online. They're maybe on, I don't know what you're selling these days, Etsy or Vinted or whatever you do. And you could make a few quid by selling them. Auctions are not just about coming down and buying things for yourself. You can also buy to resell. Boxes of records, vinyl's very popular. All these headband things are brand new. I'm not even sure what these are. What are they? Let's have a look what this says on here. There's some sort of, I have no idea. No idea what they are. So there you go. Whatever they are, all something to do with hair and stuff, I think, and all these, look, all brand spanking new. And then a box of these. Now, a member of my own staff told me something interesting about these that I didn't know, that, you know what, some of these old controllers and that are worth some money, and you can take them into places like Kex and cash converters and that, and they'll actually give you money for them. Some of them are worth a few quid. Boxes of annuals. We've got here this build your own doll's house stuff. Loads of them, look, all brand new in the packets. And there's some old cassettes down there as well. So we come around here. This is the next section that we move to. We move up to our metal shelves, and I'll just give you a quick look around this. Well, we've got some old stoneware vases, stoneware jugs and bottles and things. We've got a lot of brassware on here, 1 or 2 crafting bits as well, more brass, boxes of cameras, quite a lot of cameras in this week's auction. A nice ship up there, galleon. Then we've got the sort of Royal Dalton or Colport ladies, whatever they are. We've also got some cigars, I believe, in this week's sale. So there you go, big box of cigars. £30 reserve on those, as you can see on that picture, which is probably still quite cheap. We come up here, we've got lots of copper kettles, an old brass school bell. That'll be a bit of fun, a bit annoying. Maybe let the kids know when the tea's ready. A big old cheese dish there. And then we've got all these bits and bobs down here. More brassware. And that's quite an interesting piece. That pig there. Don't know a lot about that one. More brass cannons and things. Then we come up here and we've got all of these absolutely fantastic binoculars and things there, all these binoculars, postcards and old telephones and compacts, all these interesting bits that you can find in your local auction room. Well, of course, you can always find them. I mean, where can you find another one of those? You can find these at Prestige Auctions. We're based on the East Coast at a place called Grimsby, just next to Cleethorpes, and we do auctions every single Saturday, and the following week we've got one on the Saturday and one on the Thursday. In the jewellery cabinet this week, I can tell you there is a lot of jewellery to go into this cabinet. However, it's not here yet. It's not at the premises yet. So we'll probably do another little video tomorrow with jewellery and show you some of that, because there really is some stunning jewellery in this week's sale. Just have a quick look, see what was in there. Yeah, now look at this one here. A Doctor Who cutout and more brass scales, Laurel and Hardy box sets. And then we come along here. So I'll go once again, go the way that we're supposed to walk in the auction. As you can see, stuff is still coming into the auction room as we speak, but we had to get on with this this video. So we come down here and we've got boxes of interesting items as well. These are all the house clearance boxes, so you really can find anything in these boxes. And I'm going to show you, if anybody watched our live feed last Saturday, one of the people in the auction actually shouted out they bought a box for £8. They bought it because they wanted a load of brand new envelopes that was in there. When they got the box that had come from the house clearance, they went through the box. Not only did they get all the envelopes that they wanted, they also got £40 in cash as well. An old £20 note, an old £10 note, and 2 old £5 notes. And of course, with these old notes, you can still take them to the bank and cash them in. So Dave, who got that, was absolutely overjoyed. He paid £8 plus a little bit of commission, so about £10, and he got himself a nice little prize bonus in there of £40, which was nice for him. Okay, so look at this. What about this? This bit of old, I think this is radio and radio. This is a bit of kit, that one. I'm not going to pretend I know much about it because I don't. A big old tea chest full of old toys. Look at all these old toys in here. Old tin plate stations and teddy bears. And what about this old cap gun? Look at that. This is the sort of stuff you can find in the auction room. You never ever know what you're going to come up with. And then you come up with things like this, the American schooner there, Hannah, brand new in the box, or maybe this old wartime radio Bakelite, and then sets of drawers, and then you find interesting bits in the drawers as well. You never really know what you're going to find. That's why you have to come down to the auction room and root through the boxes, have a good look. People believe that we go through everything. We really don't get the time. When you have hoarders properties in like this one, it's very difficult to look at every single item. You know, there are hundreds and hundreds of items sometimes just in one box. For instance, you look at that box there, which has got lots of paperwork and envelopes in and stuff. Who knows what could be in one of them envelopes? There could be some gold rings. What about this? This is a little beauty, this Metoy elegant typewriter for a child, tin plate one, but look at it, it's still like new in the box. In the original box as well, in fact, you can see the dirt lines, look, as the dust has gone on over the years. So another Bakelite radio for you there, and a tin plate, sorry, not a tin plate, a tin filing box there, and all this stuff. There's a lot of magazines and things in this clearance that we've done as well. More envelopes with a lot of stuff to do with boating and shipping and that, which is not unusual as we do live in Grimsby, which is a fishing port. Okay, so we will then go down here. The way that would actually be done is this area would be done followed by the jewellery cabinet, okay? And then we start up here. Well, look at the size of that giraffe up there. That big cuddly giraffe. It really is as big as it looks. And then you've got these 2 old retro lamps. These look very nice indeed. And I can tell you they're very heavy. You come down here, we've got some catering equipment, some nice catering equipment as well. As you can see there, some hi-fi equipment. That there is a big fish kettle. And we've got lots of old gaming, soccer games and things. Maybe you fancy a bit of an old stereo, something like that. And then you look up here, more and more of this stuff. Boxes and boxes of stuff, as always. It's always very busy down here at Prestige. We do about 1,200 lots every week. and we chuck specialist sales in as well. So we've got some silver plated ware, some brass on there, coal buckets, we've got monitors and TVs, and even these TVs now. People would say to you, why are you still selling them old tellies? Nobody uses them. Well, some of the old gaming systems are struggling to play on some of the modern tellies, so some people like to get hold of these. They don't normally make much money, but they are there. And there you go, an old Coca-Cola advertising sign. And then we come into this, oh no, sorry, then we go this way. And we go up there and we've got more record players and cool boxes, or maybe you need an alarm system. This is the great thing with the auction. You really don't know what's going to come through the door. Child's books and jigsaws and things like that. And then the natural way that we'd go then is up here. And we've got a picture, and then look at the size of this sort of wartime flag. This is a monster. We've hung it up. It's a sewn one. It's a very nice old French flag, that one. Quite a big piece of kit. And then you come down here, and we've got this grandma's babysitting sign. Or what about that old sun clock? What an absolute beauty that is. A bit of retro that. If you want that retro look, why not buy the originals? You can buy the modern repros, but they're nothing like the originals. We've then got some Hoovers, Henrys, often popular in the auction. We've got some lamps as well, more lamps up there. And if maybe Betty Boop is your thing, we've got all these Betty Boop ornaments. And you come down here, and you've just got lots of everything down there. And then we've got... what's this one? Is it a Sharp View cam or something that looks like? It is, yeah. I used to have one of those many years ago. And then you come down here and all these laptops. Now, of course, what you should remember, somebody pointed out this on the video last week. When you come to auction, you are buying what you see. To quote, no guarantees are given or implied in anything that you buy. It's not like a high street shop. If it's your first time coming to auction, you get the time to come and look at the items, and you are buying what is in front of you. Okay, so don't, think to yourself, oh, well, I'll buy something. If it don't work, I'll take it back. That's not how it works in an auction. You literally have to come in, look at them, make sure that you're happy with the items, and then you're buying what's in front of you. So please bear that in mind, as I would say 99% of all auctions have the same rules in place. It is sold as seen, okay. But you can try the items, look at them, check the boxes. Nobody stops you doing that. This is another clearance room that we've got at Prestige. And look at this, there's boxes of toys, CDs, jigsaw puzzles. Maybe there's a load of old games in there. There's Monopolies and things, and Junior Scrabble. There's books. Often get lots of books in the auction room. But the routing boxes, these are the great things. This is where you find the treasure in auctions, in these routing boxes. You never quite know what's going to be in them. So the only way you get to find out properly, I mean, I can't spend every bit of this video going through every box. You've got to come down, you've got to look at these big bags of teddies. We come here, what are these all about? Legendary trains, these things here in these boxes. Let's have a look, see if we can open them up. Look at this, all folders full of train information. And I'm not just talking about what time the trains leave. This is all old interesting information. Lots of DVDs. And what about these old trucking magazines from the 1980s, international trucking magazines? I'm sure somebody would like to read those and collect them, who knows. And we've got more South Park teddies down there, lots of boxes of electrical that you can see. And I'm trying to swap from one to the other so I don't have to walk down here twice. More boxes of assorted, more interesting stuff as we come down this way. Look how deep these boxes are, how big they are. You just don't know what you're going to find in them. You've got to have a look. You've got to get involved and start rooting around. And that's the joy of the auction. Right, as we come down here, we come into what we call the tool and garden room. And wow, what can you buy in here? Well, look at it. I'm going to show you around it, but there's so much gear. You come down here, there's CBs, there's old wheel trims, there's bird breeding boxes. What about an old Singer sewing machine? There's about 4 of those there, or I think they're all Singers or something similar. And then you come here, lots of vintage tools as well. If you're into vintage tools, and some of these can make a few quid as well in the resale market, especially on places like eBay. A lot of these items do sell. What about all these old fuel cans? All these old fuel cans up here, and some bargeware as well. That's all coming today. None of these have got reserves on them. So all these electric tools and hand tools and things, or boxes of assorted down here, or old oil jugs. You find everything in the auction room. There's lots of ways that you can earn money from auction rooms as well. Let me just tell you about those. They're old race fuel cans there. So they've got a bit of interest. You can make a lot of money from auction rooms by going down, getting involved, buying the items and then going and reselling them on eBay and Etsy and places like that, but also in local sales centres. We've got a big sales centre close to Grimsby. It's a place called Hemswell, which is only about sort of 35 minutes down the road. Lots of sales centres out there, and lots of people buy out the auction rooms and then go and sell them in the sales centres. Well, let's just have a quick look at this furniture. This is a nice cabinet there, as you can see. That will only probably sell for a few pounds. Pine wardrobes, and we've got bookshelves and more. And what about that display cabinet there? Look at that mirrored back. Imagine how much you'd pay for these in the shops. Just so much money. There's lots of steps, there's bike racks, there's even bicycles as well. More old tools, garden equipment. The list is endless. What about some wood? Maybe you want to buy some wood. Wood went up in price dramatically during and after COVID and due to inflation. So you've got a load of wood there. You've got a load of garden ornaments, a pillar drill there. Looks like a Clark one or something like that. And you've got step ladders and wooden step ladders and golf clubs and metal shelving units. All this gets sold in one day. And what about all these Christmas lights and outdoor lights and some encyclopedias, or maybe a cement mixer? There you go, cement mixer that's coming to the auction. Or look at this, a copper tank. You know, imagine how much that would cost you these days. A fortune. So more ladders, small step ladders there, more shelving units, more DVDs. We've got all this stuff up here. We've got suitcases and hose pipes and drills and Karcher pressure washers. You name it, we get it in at the auction room. This is why you should always look at the auction before you look at the shops, because you'll save a fortune. Petrol lawnmowers. We're coming up to that time again. It won't be long before that grass is growing. What about these? These storage cupboards, you know, maybe for a shed or for the garden or whatever. There you go. Look, they look like brand new. So we come here. Fishing rods, garden benches, trolleys, an old penny pusher thing there. We've got this one here. This is an old, is it a Bon? I was going to say, is it a Bontempi? It absolutely is. Bontempi keyboard. That might take somebody's mind back a few years. And then there's a few boxes here. Okay, so I'm just going to do this out of order a little bit. Normally we'd go to the front table next, but I'm going to show you down here where we've got some of our electrical items. So we've got, what? Look at that. It's like new. A Millet washing machine. Millet are a lot of money. There's that one there. It's come out of a house clearance. There's a Nusi washing machine, a Hot Point washing machine, a gas cooker, a fridge, a counter. Is that a counter dishwasher or something? I'm not sure. That looks to be an industrial microwave. This one, we pulled this out of a house. It looks like it's brand new. Don't look like it ever came out. Look at that. But it's still worth checking just to be sure. And then look at this for a treat. What a treat this is. DJV 256. This was classed as a motorcycle back in the day. This is probably from the 1950s or early 50s, something like that. And they used to put these petrol engines onto the back of these bikes, and then you could control them from the front up here. There you go, that's all working. We have got all the paperwork to this as well. I can tell you there's a £500 reserve on this, but it is as good as it looks. The bookwork, from what we can gather, is still live, so that means that the registration plate should be live as well. Okay, so there you go. You could own this thing. £500 reserve on that item, but do you know what? Where are you going to see another in that kind of condition? It's absolutely fantastic. In that kind of condition online, we've seen them making £900 to £1,200. So that one might be worth a bid on. Maybe get yourself a new bike for work. Imagine your workmate's face is turning up on that one. Anyway, we come up here then to the front table. So we were still in a bit of a mess. We've not got all the work jobs finished yet. It's going to be a late night tonight. And then we look at these items here. Well, what about that for a brass cannon? That is, look at the length of the table, and it hangs over both edges. And this is really heavy as well. Nice ornament, that. And then on the front table, we've got some angle poised lamps. We've also got some some laptops and things. We've got a lot of cameras and stuff. We've got a Scale Electric there, a lot of camera gear this week. Look, more Scale Electric, Tyco one there, an SCX RAC Rally. We've got some musical instruments. We've got some military uniform. What about this? I love this. All this old Victorian bathware. So this is a full bathroom suite with all of the bits, all of the handles and everything. Where are you going to find another one of those? Another nice piece, that one. And then you come here and you've got all these old fishing reels and layers, and you get the old suitcase as well. So that's quite a nice lot. Or maybe you fancy playing the saxophone. Well, there's a saxophone in the box as well. A set of scales. We've got some old DS's and things there. We've got an old naval flag. And what's this one here? I don't even know what that is. I wanted to say it was a microphone, but it's not. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll look into that one. We've also got some die-cast vehicles. We've got a Wii, and we've got an old Bagatelle game there as well as this one, which looks like another sort of modern violin and stuff, and some old playing cards as well. Okay, a bit of crafting wear at the end. Then we start onto our furniture section. Well, our furniture sections can be quite big. We've got everything you can pretty much think of, from eras to stacking chairs to an old coach-built pram and a child's pram there, I think it is. And we've got tables and pictures. RAF Grimsby, it says there. And we've got chairs, and these quite interesting, like trough storage boxes for the house, maybe for the kids' bedrooms, for the toys. Mid-century style items there, including the dressing table. We've got some modern tables and chairs. So again, why would you go anywhere else if you're looking for these kind of items when you can pick it up cheap at the auction? We've got these old standard lamps, or these cane shelving units as well. The pine drawers, more drawers, a wheelchair. Wheelchairs tend to make £10 to £20 in the auction, sometimes a tad more. So, you know, that's a good place to buy them if you need one. If you need one for an aging parent or an aging relative, then, you know, come down to the auction, get one bought. Look at that modern table and chairs there. Coffee tables. And we've got tile top tables, guitars, bureaus. That's a stag minstrel set of drawers there. Walkers. We've also got small tables and pine bedside tables. We've got wall clocks. What about those two? They look interesting things. And big controllers, not quite sure what they're about. And some of these old-fashioned furniture as well. So this just sort of shows you as well that buying at auction is not all about... Oh, sorry, that one says stop. We'll keep going. And then you've got a pine set of drawers there. It's not always about at auction buying, you know, old-fashioned stuff. Yes, there is old-fashioned stuff, but there's also very modern stuff as well. So why wouldn't you get yourself down to the local auction room, or better still, get yourself to Prestige Auctions in Grimsby? The auction starts at 9:30 on the Saturday, and we give you 11 hours on a Friday to view all of these items. We open at 8 a.m. on a Friday, and we're here till 7 p.m. So we appreciate that the town does shifts and people do shifts, so we give them a chance to get down and view these items. Look at that there, an old mobility scooter, and we've got pine chairs, maybe a dartboard, and we've got this metal cabinet. We've got bar stools, and then look at all these kids rides and things. These kids cars. There's a mini there. There's a little bicycle. Now, I can tell you there is still a few more bits to come into the auction, which I'm not going to be able to show you on this video. But there you go, chest of drawers. What about them chairs? They're quite nice, those. I do like those. And another good wheelchair. I've got several wheelchairs in this week's auction. And then other weeks we get none. You just never know what's coming through the door. So there you go. It's looking good. There's more jewellery. A lot of jewellery to show you tomorrow. I'm not going to get that video done till tomorrow when the jewellery actually gets here. So what I want to say, thank you once again. As always, we do appreciate all the support that you give us on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok. And more than anything, we thank everybody that comes here and supports our small business in Grimsby. We do like to put on a great auction for you every week. Get involved. Do hit that like button. Maybe leave a comment. Tell me what you think about the video and the format that we're using, and don't forget to subscribe. You'll get kept up to date with everything. Thanks ever so much for watching, and we'll catch you all at the next one.